Elon Musk just purchased Twitter. How does that affect you? How different is your life now that Elon Musk just purchased Twitter? Tell me the truth, chat. Tell me the truth. Are you able to sleep at night now that Elon purchased Twitter? Is it such an emotional thing that it broke your family apart? Exactly. Nothing changed. But why is it that every outlet, every website, every single video on YouTube is, oh, it's bad. Elon Musk purchased Twitter. It's bad. It's bad. Doesn't bring any actual arguments why it's bad. You know why, chat? Do you know why? Somebody doesn't like the fact that Elon Musk purchased Twitter. And because somebody doesn't like the fact that he purchased Twitter, he made sure that all the propaganda is phrased in such a way that it makes it seem like it's a bad thing that Elon Musk purchased Twitter. But here's the reality, chat. It makes no fucking difference that a shitty online website where people talk crap was purchased by a billionaire who has a lot of other fucking things that he owns, and it's not gonna affect my life, your life, or anybody else's life. It probably will affect some rich motherfucker's life, and that's why he's paying for all the fucking propaganda everywhere. Let's see what Elon Musk's plans are for after purchasing Twitter. Let's see what his plans are, chat. I'm curious about the plans of this man.
The goal that I have, should everything come to fruition with Twitter, is to have a service that is as broadly inclusive as possible, where ideally most of America is on it and talking.
Actually, he makes a good point there about this. I wasn't going to mention it, but the reality is that Twitter especially is really fucking banning people left and right for just saying the slightest thing that's against what they view as the right thing. You know, he's trying to make it a little bit even for both sides. Because remember, chat, no matter how much you hate this man, no matter how much you disagree with him or with anybody else on Twitter, the reality is that the moment that Twitter or any social media platform gives you only one truth, one side, one half of a situation, that's the moment when that's going to turn into a fucking communist dictatorship. Okay, that's the first step towards a communist dictatorship, in my opinion. You need to hear both sides, even if you don't like it, even if you disagree with it. Once you hear only one side, that's when you start losing focus and you start losing the bigger picture, let's say.
I've also vowed this publicly, that we have to get rid of the bots and trolls and the scams and everything, because that's obviously diminishing the user experience.
Yeah, he has a good point there as well. There's a lot of bots and a lot of scams happening on Twitter, and it's good that he's addressing it. Not to mention, Twitter for the past few years has literally not had any sort of fucking update whatsoever. Like, it's so backwards, man. And it's like so frigid when it comes to actually making change Twitter that it's insane. And the fact that he actually wants to change it and improve it, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. And even if he brings back Trump, that's also good. More Trump means more content for channels like me to make fun of. Whatever, man. You don't like the guy, it doesn't matter, okay? I like Orange Man. It makes me laugh when I hear the shit that he talks about, okay? Everything is so black and white nowadays, but it's not like that, you know? Things are not black and white, but the reality is that the way that media portrays it, it's black. Oh, you don't support Ukraine. Oh, you support Russia. You're a bad person. You should not be supporting Russia because, you know, they literally declared war on a nation for no reason. But it's not like all of a sudden he did it out of the fucking blue. The old communist saying is true again. If you aren't with us, you will be against us. Yeah, that's the trend in the fucking media today, dude. That's the trend. If you're not with us, you're against us. And that's literally what communists were doing. They literally were fucking killing people, banning and sending them to prison for not agreeing with them. And that's what's happening in the media today, dude. It's insane that people are not realizing this, you know? Well, people are sheep at the end of the day. People are just following whatever the fucking newspaper is telling them, whatever the TV is telling them. If you guys want to hear my honest stand, both Ukraine and Russia have fucked my country up massively. Talking about Romania here. As far as I'm concerned, it's their problem. Let them fucking dish it out. If you really want to ask me, give me back my fucking territories, Ukraine. Since we're taking territory from Ukraine, where is Chernowitz and Kahul Ismail, okay? These are Romanian lands. And then you know what? Fuck you, Russia. You also give me Georgia because they have fucking great wine. Oh, you don't own Georgia? Take it and give it to me, the motherfucker. Now, what do you think about Poland? Poland is Romanian land as well. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna go on a fucking Romanian world conquest. You have nothing you can do to stop me. This is Neil the Fat Tyson. He talks about Elon Musk buying Twitter. So this guy is a little bit smarter than most Americans. I think he actually has an education. I said that because I saw that most people in the chat are American, so I had to insult you guys somehow, you know? Kidding, I love you guys.
Billionaires have whatever are their habits, And I don't know that any of us would behave any differently if we had billions of dollars. So I've just stopped commenting on what billionaires do or should do with their money. What I can say is if a billionaire is going to do something, it's kind of interesting that he single-handedly brought electric cars back into it, he created a new expectation for the automotive industry.
He has a really good fucking point right here. I'm not Elon Musk's biggest fan, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Elon Musk introducing electronic cars, pushing the automobile industry, pushing them to make electronic cars, they would never have done so. They would not have made electronic cars. They would not have made hybrid cars if it was not for Elon Musk. And you have to appreciate that no matter how much you fucking hate the guy or love the guy, he has had an impact that has been good from some perspectives.
And he reinvented commercial rocket launch. So he was doing that with his billions, and he has 44 billion left over, and he wants to own Twitter, which he likes. All right. I don't see anything wrong with that. By the way, most things out there have CEOs who you don't know.
Exactly. He has a point. Did you guys know that certain CEOs of certain companies are owned by Saudi Arabian princes who literally torture people, murder people, treat women very badly in general? Like, for example, Al Jazeera is the national news agency of Qatar. It's owned by the government, it's funded by the government, and everybody's like, oh, Al Jazeera here, Al Jazeera there. It's such an amazing news outlet. It's not. It's full of fucking propaganda. They give you one truth and then a fucking ton of lies. Oh, the Taliban did this. It was really bad. Oh, but you know, they're actually educating women now. They're letting them do this now. And it was not even fucking true.
And you don't even ask. We just happen to know who the new CEO of Twitter is about to be. And so now this becomes a point of conversation. Why isn't anybody talking about the head of any other organization or company?
Exactly, because somebody has an agenda, which is essentially, doesn't like Elon Musk and wants to make this kind of drama in the fucking media.
I think the level of scrutiny is unjustified given how much scrutiny we could be giving to so many other things. But that being said, if he does what everyone fears, especially on the left, that he reopens the floodgates, gives Trump an account again, I think we need to perhaps look at it a different way. What you want is to not suppress the speech that you don't like, but amplify the speech that you do.
Yeah.
And let that be the arena of contest of ideas. Because if you suppress ideas, those ideas will still always be there, and they'll run around saying, I have this idea, but these folks don't want to hear it. That's very different from you losing the idea game in an open contest. And then you say, well, how comes nobody's listening to you? Yeah, because they turned me off.
Yeah, this guy makes a really good point. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. Even if you don't fucking agree with the idea is still gonna be there. It's good to hear both sides instead of just hearing one side of the story and just shunning out the other side. Because once you start censoring shit, that's when you literally become the Soviet Union, motherfuckers. The thing we all hate. I think we can all agree together. Especially people from the Eastern Bloc, former Eastern Bloc. I also want to address this thing. I've seen it happening a lot more recently. I'm sad to see that it's happening. People are becoming very, not racist, but they're discriminating Russian people. And that is not fucking okay. Remember, what the Russian government is doing is what the Russian government is doing. It doesn't mean that you can automatically fucking diss on Russian people simply because they're Russians. That is not how fucking shit works, okay? Let's put it out there. There's a lot of Russians that are suffering, a lot of Russians that are against what the government's doing, some of them that are with the government. Doesn't matter. The point is, leave countries to do their fucking bidding, but you as a regular fucking person, mind your own fucking business, and don't be discriminating, don't be racist towards Russian people, because that is not fucking okay. I've seen today shit that happens. In Japan, they banned refugee applications from Russian people. Is that okay? It's not. Why the fuck are Russian people not allowed to apply for refugee status in Japan when obviously there's a lot of Russians suffering from the government in Russia, right? These people are not allowed to. Russian people stopped at the border in the US that had visas and that had approved entrances in the US simply because they're Russians. That is fucked up, man. And the narrative is going more and more towards making Russian people as the bad guys instead of making the Russian government the bad guy, which is the bad guy. It's not the fucking people. It's the government people. And in my stream, I will not tolerate racism or discrimination, especially towards Ukrainian, Russian, or anyone else. Doesn't matter what ethnicity, what nationality, what religion you have. I don't give a fuck. Can we discriminate against Romanians? I encourage that. I encourage that, Athanasios. They deserve it, those motherfuckers.